Will the heroes of the DC Universe be ready to contend with the unpredictable, twisted evil of the Robin King? Well, let's hop into the pages of Dark Knight's Death Metal Robin King issue number 1 and find out together, shall we? So then, this special one-shot, as the title may have led you to believe, is all about the Robin King. No, it's not his origin story, we got that in another anthology. This instead goes a little deeper into his history. You see, on the day he buried the Waynes in his world, FYI, this little evil Bruce Wayne actually killed his parents in that world, Bruce heard the song of a robin in a tree nearby, and it changed his life forever. For you see, even on the darkest of days, robins sing anyway. In fact, robins are everywhere. They're the national bird of Gotham City, and moreover than that, robins actually thrive after forest fires and other tragedies. The more you know. Now, back in the present, we can see Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman not long after their defeat at the hand of the Darkest Knight. They had been tricked into gathering a bunch of crisis energy, and now this evil being has become unto a god. It will, however, still take some time for the Darkest Knight to reorder the universe the way he likes it, and to buy some time, the Robin King has been sent to deal with the rest of the heroes. As we learn from even more flashbacks, it seems that the Robin King actually has a long and storied history when it comes to murdering superheroes. He single-handedly killed pretty much every hero back on his Earth with the help of an amazing utility belt that he spent the entire Wayne fortune on amassing. And yeah, this is basically what the entire issue is, the Robin King killing a bunch of lesser-known DC heroes in a bunch of hilariously violent ways. It's like Itchy and Scratchy, but with more capes. He gets Firestar to collapse in on himself like a star, he kills two World War II heroes, Enemy Ace and Steven Savage, using their own planes. All the while, Robin King waxes poetically about how he is the Robin, and the Robin is free, and that he is young and pure and has purpose in his life, and that he wants all these acts of violence to inspire all the other young children of Gotham to rise up against all their jailers, aka parents. Robin King's horrors and atrocities become so famous, in fact, he ends up catching the eye of the Batman Who Laughs, who hopes to recruit him to be one of his Dark Knights. The only problem with this arrangement, though, is that the Batman Who Laughs wants the Robin King to be a Batman because he is a multiversal Bruce Wayne. The only problem is that this little evil Bruce only ever wants to be a Robin. But apparently the Batman Who Laughs is just one giant stickler for the rules, and that if he does want to stay and become a Dark Knight but also still be a Robin, he'll have to take the Joker bath, which in turn will turn him into one of those little gross goblin things and also rob him of his own mind and motivation. But guess what? The Robin King had a plan for it, because he is more Batman than Robin ultimately. He has a special pill that he was saving for Martian Manhunter. One that actually allows him to not only maintain his personality after the transformation, but actually taint the Joker bath pool for every other Robin that would come after him. Now back in the present, the Robin King shows off 3 powerful new rings that he hopes to use against the Trinity, but before he can truly snuff their light forever, Animal Man, Red Tornado, and Blue Beetle show up. Hey, it's a who's who of everyone's favorite lower tier heroes. Will they have what it takes to save the Trinity? No, of course not. They are also killed by the Robin King in a series of horrifying and sometimes hilarious deaths. Buddy Baker has anti-life versions of his family eat him alive like this was some kind of zombie movie. Blue Beetle gets eaten by, well, an actual full-size Blue Beetle, and Red Tornado gets turned human just long enough so that he can have feelings, so his death will hurt him that much more. But wait, before the final blow can actually be struck against the Trinity, the Darkest Knight comes on down and snatches up his Robin King. And that's because, well, the Darkest Knight is still the most Batman who ever Batmaned, and always knew that the Robin King was secretly planning on betraying him, and as such he returns him to his original planet, wherein he's been stashing all the other Robins who were able to keep a small piece of their own personality. They've been watching the Robin King's antics from afar, and they welcome him back like, well, a king as the comic comes to a close. And so there you have it, everyone. Dark Knight's Death Metal Robin King issue number 1. And honestly, I'm just going to come out and say this. This is probably the first Death Metal book you can actually just straight up skip. The Robin King himself isn't exactly that interesting or menacing a character, even though they're certainly trying to give him a push very similar to the one the Batman Who Laughs got during the original Death Metal. It feels like a character like this probably could have worked and could have been more entertaining if maybe they were a little funnier than they were on the page, or if maybe their actions were a little bit more violent. Ultimately, everything about the Robin King just kind of exists somewhere in the middle. Yeah, it's kinda creepy to have an evil Batman who's also a kid who killed their parents, and who wants to corrupt the youth of the multiverse, but again, it just feels like we've already seen that done a little better with the evil Bat Baby. That's a funnier bit than Robin King, and honestly, the whole Darkest Night reorganizing the universe into a multiverse that lasts, well, that's a scarier concept than just corrupting the youth, isn't it? Also, despite taking place directly after the events of the last Death Metal issue, there's really not much information in here you're probably gonna need moving forward. So yeah, this is the first one you can safely skip, I think. A 6 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.